We say there's no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. The ones on thee know it's a sacrifice, but it's a small price to pay for all the rewards we'll get from Allah. Inshallah. They wanna know about Islam, we'll give them Dawah.
Brothers and sisters, welcome to the house. What is the house? This is a brand new show that's introduced by or presented by the Salam Studios, inshallah, where we will be discussing very light topics. This is like a little chill out room, if you could say. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We'll be doing reaction videos here. We'll have guests over. We'll have group discussions where we have the different audiences, inshallah, who'll be coming and joining us. So this specific theme here is a chill out, relaxed environment. Today, bro, what happened is basically, I was on Instagram about a couple of days ago, and I saw something really disturbing.
Where did you see this?
But I didn't watch it in full. There's a brother who's on Instagram. He does reminders from New York, yeah? And I saw something very abnormal where he looks like he's ripping his shirt, yeah? And I was thinking like, subhanAllah, like, you know, sometimes you get brothers who do good stuff and then all of a sudden they do a flip, yeah? So I was thinking like, what's going on with this brother, yeah? Because I like some of the stuff he's doing. So I got a gist of it because he's saying something about his tattoos, but I didn't watch it in full. Let's watch it and tell me what you think.
This is the first time.
This is the first time you're seeing it. With me personally, is what I haven't watched it in full, yeah? So what we're going to do is we're going to watch it, inshallah, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, let me just put the volume up. There we go. Sorry about that.
I'm not a Muslim because I have tattoos. What they look like? What they look like? It's his face.
No,
it's
wait,
his.
wait.
Fuck, get off me. Get off me. It's him. I'm not a Muslim. Shit. He said I'm not a Muslim because I have tattoos. He said I'm not a Muslim because I have tattoos. Wallahi. In my own community, saying this about me because I have tattoos. Fear Allah. Fear Allah. Fear Allah. I'm not a Muslim because I have tattoos. Look how jahil this person is. That's jahil. Wallahi. Wallahi.
Okay, the video is very short, yeah, but I don't know. What's your take on it? Like when you saw that?
To be honest with you, I feel sorry for the brother in many ways because, like, obviously he seems very emotional. Someone's told him that he's not a Muslim because he has tattoos, and so he's obviously switched and these things. And obviously, I don't know if he's a revert or what the situation is, or convert or whatever, and he's become Muslim. Because that's the thing, like, obviously if someone becomes Muslim and they've got tattoos from a previous life, is how you're going to take them off. So people do have to employ a kind of higher judgment. So especially now, because a lot of people are coming into Islam, so obviously he's very angry about that. But I would say that at the same time, if someone says to you certain things, like, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't, especially in the masjid, I would try and maintain a certain decorum.
I think there's a little balance about it, because you know what it is. It's like there's somebody said this. It's not a quote. It's like a story. He said, I went to a mosque, and I was kind of shunned because I was wearing something. I never went back. I went to a bar and I spilled the alcohol, and the barman said, "I'll give you another one." So the mentality that we get out of this is that, for example, the house of Allah is not just because, you know, we get a lot of uncles, elders, where kids, shh, don't talk, don't do this, don't. Is this what the masjid was really known for? Is this where, for example, that you be quiet and then you're told this and that? And that's why it's really sad, because it shows that something really got to him for him to say that. And I would, like you said before, I would say, for example, he's an old uncle, whoever he is, yeah, okay. And believe me, I've been to masjids and I've been told stuff like from uncles, yeah, where you're just like, but I would say two things, yeah. He's right to be upset. However, in a masjid, and old uncle, look, let's say they're wrong. We know, okay, sometimes, you know, when they say to me, look, when certain elders reach a certain age, they're like child, they become like kids. Literally, their psychology, they become more, they get hurt easily, and that's how it is. Calling someone a disbeliever is not tolerable.
We know the hadith of it, like,
of course,
comes back to one of them.
And it is ignorance in a way where the statement is, you know, a jahil thing to say. But however, if I was me personally, I would be really hurt and I would maybe walk out. But maybe he should not have done that. But in a nutshell, this is something that happens not just to this brother, a lot of people. Someone come with an earring, we won't even ask him, is the guy new revert? Does he even pray salah? Automatically, oh brother, don't, why are you wearing an earring? Like, you know, women wear it. okay, there's a way to advise about it. And I think this is really important for us to address because a lot of people leave Islam because of this, bro.
Well, no doubt. I mean, there's obviously a hadith in Bukhari
Yeah.
about the man who was in the masjid and he urinated inside of the masjid.
Exactly.
And there's, I'm not sure, I cannot remember if it's a chapter heading actually that Bukhari put for this incident. The man
Really?
tabawwala fil masjid. Yeah, the man who urinated
You actually
in the
put a
masjid.
chapter on it.
I'm not sure
Okay,
yet,
maybe,
so don't quote me on
maybe,
this. It's
maybe.
possible
Yeah.
if we go back to it.
Yeah.
But the idea is that in the there was a man who came to the masjid. He urinated in the masjid, and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he had a lot of mercy with him, and he told his friends to just put water over it and to leave him first of all to continue doing.
How was
what
the
he's doing.
reaction of the Sahaba though? Were they?
The Sahaba at that time were they had an impulse to react. So the Prophet ﷺ, he calmed them down, and he told them, just calm down, and put water over it. He let him finish, calm down, put water over it, and these things. And the man was very, mashallah, like he was very grateful to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and he made dua for him and for himself. So the point is, this is a recurring theme in the biography of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, the story of his life, where it's possible to show mercy, he would show mercy. And that's what Umar ibn Khattab, he said one time. It says, if you want to be a leader, you have to be layyinu fi ghayri da'fin. You have to be lenient in other than weakness. So where it's not seen as weakness, be as lenient as possible.
Wow. That's quite interesting, man. Even like, for example, the man who came to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and said, this is imagine you're coming to the Prophet of Allah, yeah? And can you imagine, just fathom, make zina permissible for me? Can you imagine the Prophet of Allah, revelation is being given to, and I'm like, oh, can you make zina permissible for me? Imagine if this was done today. Actually, I think people would get killed, yeah? And this is a wrong mentality. It is wrong to say that. But sometimes you need to understand. Don't just be reactional, yeah? And I have this as well sometimes. Like, you say knee-jerk. What was it?
Knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, I have that sometimes as well, yeah? But with the other stuff. The issue here is that we should calm down. And I've learned this a lot. I see certain people that have reaction. I'm like, if you just calm down, I've done that with myself. When I calm down, think things through, I do better decisions than doing it. Because in my country, they say if you stand up with anger, you sit down with the loss, yeah? So that's why it's really important, brothers and sisters, for us to understand and have mercy to other people. You do not know what's going on in their life. And, subhanAllah, tattoos, calling someone a kafir. Can you imagine a disbeliever?
Yeah,
and wallahi,
but I would say it goes both ways. Like, I'll tell you what I mean by that. Like husn al-dhan, having good thoughts, assumptions about someone. Yeah, it goes both ways. So that guy shouldn't have assumed that this guy was a non-Muslim because he associates non-Muslims with tattoos. Yeah,
exactly.
That could have been a genuine, sincere mistake. That is this guy a non-Muslim in the masjid? I didn't see what happened before.
I see what
Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this brother here should have said, no, listen, I'm a Muslim, but I became Muslim. I mean, it should have been from both sides, in my opinion. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think both should have an answer.
That reaction in the masjid, I don't endorse it. I can't say that shouting in the masjid is something which is permissible or allowed. Or even if someone, by the way, does something to take away from your rights. Yeah. And that's something that happens all the time. At least have respect for the masjid, not to shout and scream in that way in the masjid.
Yeah, we'll assume the best in the brother. It was wrong of what he's doing. And the same, I think both were wrong. Brothers and sisters, to be honest, that's about it. We just wanted to watch this video and gain some benefits from it because as you guys know, especially the house, this theme that we have here, and the reaction videos that we don't just do it just to show you and say, oh wow, it's actually to benefit from this stuff, and that's what we're going to be doing. And you know what, actually we've got an amazing series coming up about tazkiyah, inshallah, which we're going to do in a bit of a unique way, which you guys, some people it might be a bit controversial actually, you know that. It
will be.
There's going to be little eyes on it, but inshallah it's going to be beneficial, brothers and sisters, from the house with Brother Mohammed Hijab, mashallah. I'm not the host, by the way, we're both guests here. So inshallah.
So who's the host?
But we don't have no host, subhanAllah. This is a chill out. This is a chill out. The house. So we've got a lot of shows coming up, inshallah. Don't forget to subscribe and watch, brothers and sisters, and also support our cause, inshallah, on the link below. This is not real fire, by the way. Just want to let you know. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.